Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome to the Sandy Masselli Show. I am Sandy Masselli. Today is January 11th, 2015. How's everybody doing? It is freezing right now. If you are looking at the picture of today, then you will see that I'm wearing a jacket, which is rough because it's like so cold in my room. The heater is broken. We gotta call like the fix-it men, and they're gonna whip up a solution and get us warm in here. But for now, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. With the jacket, I just haven't taken it off yet. I could probably survive. I probably could survive, but I just haven't taken it off yet. Not feeling it. Just got back from some sushi action. But I want to talk about something that plagued my elementary school days, my middle school days, even, maybe up until high school. You never know. It was the comment kid. There's always that one comment kid, that Frank bastard. That bastard comment kid. And this, if you're not familiar with a comment kid, then I will explain it. A comment kid is somebody who, if you're in class and maybe a teacher or a student giving a presentation or somebody like that, they ask, does anybody have any questions? And then this kid will proceed to make a comment, and everybody says, no, Billy, that was a comment, not a question. Technically, that was a comment. Sometimes you get the double whammy. Now, this was a big problem. If the comment kid said the comment, and then the teacher said something referring to that, and then another kid would raise his hand, and he would be like, that was a comment, not a question. And then he just made a comment. But it's like, it's never relevant. It's like always some weird story, anecdote, like fifth grader tale. In the 1770s, the founding fathers created America. And then some kid will raise his hand. It's like, or it's like any question. Some kid will raise his hand and he'll be like, yeah, one time my grandpa told me a story where he was in a war, but he flew planes. And the teacher's like, that was a comment, not a question. That's very interesting, though, David. Does anybody have any real questions? That's always what just ruined me as a youngster. Always that annoying waste of time. I wonder how much people got affected by that, and how much time he wasted. That's what I was talking about. Jesus, the wasting of the time. You could add up one time. Okay, my school, we switched. Okay, so when I was in high school, my first 2 years, freshman and sophomore year, we had a fixed schedule. So, and we would have 45-minute classes, and there would be like 3 classes, and then lunch, and then another 3 classes, depending on when you had lunch. There was 4 different lunches, so depending on when you had lunch, you either had it was some combination of maybe 6 or 7 classes a day. Maybe you have 2 classes and have lunch. So, but everybody's schedule stayed the same for the entire year, and it was kind of boring, right? But the classes weren't that long, so you went to every class every day. Shorter classes, but you are going each day. Then my junior year, the school started this thing called we did block scheduling, and if you don't know what that is, it's you have an A day and you have a B day, And on A days, you have a certain amount of classes. They're usually longer periods. So ours now were like 80 minutes, 80-minute classes, but you only had like you like literally had only 4 classes a day plus lunch, and you got like this big break in between the 2 classes. You got like an hour to like do whatever you wanted. So the classes were longer, and the students got a little bit more free time. But in the total, it cut down on the amount of time per year. And like there were teachers up in arms about this, talking about, oh, we all did the math, we're gonna lose so much time, like they're taking stuff out of the curriculum, and it's like, in my opinion, I think it's worth it to lose that time in the classroom, but you gain a familiarity with the subject that you're actually studying, the material that you're spending more time on, even though some are cut out, and the longer classes, the free time you get in between. It's just a better experience for the kids. You know, like the days literally feel shorter. They're not. We're getting out at the same time of day, but they feel shorter, and you enjoy it more. That's definitely it was definitely a good trade-off. So there is this movie trope that I have never understood. I don't know why. I mean, it must be a really fun scene to shoot in everything that it's been in. And it seems like it would be a fun thing to do, but I just don't know if people actually do this. Do people go to the mall and go into a clothing store and like have one person sit down and watch somebody else like change back and forth to like a million different outfits and yes or no every single thing that they're saying? No. I can answer my own question. Nobody does that. It's a waste of time for the establishment, really. The place of business that they're doing this, it's a waste of time for them. They have to spend money to have employees fold those clothes up and take care of these people while they're changing in their store and not buying anything. They usually never buy anything. They're trying like 15 different types of clothing, outfits. You're trying on so many outfits, and you're not even buying. You buy like one thing. You buy maybe one thing. There's no way that is compensating them for the amount of time you waste in their store playing around. I mean, I'm all for, you know, having a good time. Oh, if it's fun, let's do it. But there comes a point where you intersect with the lines of the business owners, like, right. I'm surprised they just don't kick them out. These people they're changing again and again for laughs. They buy one outfit, that one perfect outfit, and then also it goes back to the establishment, because why do they have so many wacky outfits? Why are their outfits so much fun to try on? Maybe that's a bad business model that they're using. Our outfits are so much fun to try on, but no one would ever wear them in real life or buy them, so people just come to the store and have a tryout session, and they buy like one thing, and it doesn't compensate us for our time and manpower spent to sell that because of how long they stayed here and how many outfits they tried on. Maybe we should get more practical outfits so nobody thinks, hey, this will be a fun montage clothing. Look at this montage clothing. This is fun. And then they'll montage with it. I don't think that's a smart business decision. Either way, I'm just really confused by it. I don't think it should be in movies anymore because it just doesn't make any sense at all. Doesn't make any sense. I will tell this fact that I noticed, and it's, you know, a phrase that has always interested me ever since I was a young kid is, it's like riding a bike. You never forget anything. You can do... Oh, is this... You won't forget how to do it. It's like riding a bike. Your bike riding skills never decrease over time. You always remember how to do it. So hearing this phrase, I was first intrigued by it before I could ride a bike. You know? I was like, wow, this bike riding stuff must be very easy to do. If everybody can remember it, no matter how many times they do it or practice, if everyone's the exact same, that's what I thought. I know that there are very good cyclists, which, that's nice for them, but not me. That wasn't where I was going with this. I didn't want to become a master cyclist because I didn't know that there were master cyclists. I thought that everybody was just the same, because you never forget. It's like a weird implant that gets chipped into your brain, and everyone's the exact same at it. For some reason, I thought that this was the case, because it's like riding a bike. You'll never forget. Hardwired into you. You'll never forget. So when I grew older, when I started riding a bike, I was like, you know what? Wow, this is pretty easy to ride, you know? Well, actually, that was after I learned how, but the process of learning how was quite difficult, I must say. I spent many an hour outside in the driveway with my dad. I had training wheels on, and I was trying to learn how to ride the bike. And I got so good at riding with training wheels that my training wheels would be floating above the pavement. They were like, I was so balanced that my training wheels weren't even touching the ground. And so, but I couldn't ride the bike without the training wheels. My dad would take them off, and I would be scared, and I would fall, and I kept falling, and I was like, no, just give me the training wheels. It's easy. I'm not going to fall. And so I just thought that I couldn't ride a bike without training wheels. So, like, one day, I go to my friend's house, and he wants to ride bikes, and I'm like, okay, that sounds fun. I'm a really great biker. Do you have any with training wheels? And he was like, you know, trying to look a lot older, and maybe he just got them off. I don't really know how long he had his training wheels on for, but presumably a shorter amount of time than me, because he did not have any bikes in his house whatsoever with training wheels. So he said, you know, dude, I'll teach you how to ride a bike. And I was like, good luck, moron. My dad can't even teach me how to ride a bike. How do you think that you're going to teach me? My dad can't even do it. You can't. But I last got on the bicycle and just copied whatever he was doing. He was like, yeah, just get on it and ride. But the thing was, I already knew how to ride it, because I had been riding without training wheels. Just the training wheels were on, but they weren't touching the ground. So I was like instantly like pretty good at it when I was like confident and like had to like live up to my friend. He can ride a bike? Yo, I gotta ride a bike right now. So I was living up to that, and since I already could do it, I just spectacularly rode the bike without training wheels. It's beautiful. Because I already knew. It was like riding a bike. Learning how to ride a bike was like riding a bike. You never forget. You just know. And it was fine, but I thought that he taught me how to ride a bike. So I gave him credit for that, and sometimes he still brings that up. Like, oh, didn't I teach you how to ride a bike? It's like, well, yes, kinda. But yeah, you were standing on the shoulders of giants, my friend. You weren't just grabbing me from scratch, a bike novice, and turning me into a legendary apprentice. Like, there was some tedious groundwork laid before you got to the excavations or the building site. I guess groundwork goes up, and it would be like a dig or an archaeological dig. The archaeological dig? What the fuck? What was I even talking about? Jeez. What I actually wanted to say was that I'm bringing it back to the bike thing. Is that everything is like riding a bike? Literally, you don't just go onto your computer one day and forget how to do it. You don't just wake up one morning and forget how to tie your shoes. Oh, I've been wearing slippers too long. I don't know how to tie my shoes anymore. I should have been using less Velcro on my footwear because now I'm unable to tie a knot. Nobody's thinking that. Even though slip-on shoes are fucking better than tying shoes. And if you don't agree, then shut up. Because You just slip them on every day. No, never have to look at them. They hug your feet nicely. You're never walking around trying to struggle to find a place to tie them. Fuck, they're better. They're just better. Okay, Velcro's better too. Why do they look dumb? I don't know. They do. Like, they just inherently look stupid on people to wear Velcro shoes. But they're so much more convenient. They're so much nicer. You fucking tighten up the shoe, you strap it down, and you're on your way. You're not lollygagging around with vulnerable laces, which can be tied against your will to each other. They could be severed with a knife if somebody wants to sabotage you like that. However, they do make good tools. You can remove one and maybe like choke somebody out, or you could use it as like a rope tie to get somebody out of the water, like a shark-infested wood. A shark-infested sea, I mean. And you can pull them out. A shark-infested wood. It's a woodland with bear sharks and weird stuff going on. So that is a pro of shoelaces, but the Velcro is just where to be in terms of convenience. It's clearly the best. But they just look dumb. Like, why? Why can't we just, as a society, say, okay, you know what? These are better. They're durable. There's less room for pranks. They'll stay on your feet. Let's just all wear Velcro shoes, please. They're better. They're more convenient. They're tight. They're snug. You can always find a pair that fits if you just loosen up or tighten up the Velcro, depending on whether or not you have a fat foot. A fat foot. I stifled a burp as I said fat foot. And so, yeah. So that's what I would do. That's one of the things I would do as Emperor. I should have a segment. That would be beautiful. A segment on the show. It's going to be an irregular-ass segment, and you're going to hear about it at the end when I'm saying, yeah, fuck, I don't have anything else to say. I'll just say that I would do it if I was Emperor. What other stuff would I do as Emperor? I would take a lot of money. No. Jesus Christ. It's easy. It's easy what you do first. You legalize all drugs. You just do. You legalize all drugs for regulation and sale over 21. You know, as much as people like to complain about the drinking age being 21, you know, it's fine. It's a fine number. Younger kids still get it anyway. Not like it really matters. But old people will vote for it more often if you say 21. Like, I don't think that Colorado or Washington or Oregon would have legalized marijuana, or Alaska would have legalized marijuana if it was 18. Because a lot of the acts, they were called regulate marijuana like alcohol. And so I feel like a lot of people just like took that as a good thing. Like, oh, like alcohol, they're comparing it to my alcohol. I'm going to vote yes for this. Maybe I'll try it when it comes out and it's in a cigarette form. Or whatever. And so those kind of people voted for it. So I think it's fine. I think it's a decent number. It's whatever. 21. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would legalize all the drugs for people who are 21. Regulate it, tax it, you make money. It's unreal. Nobody is going to, like, first of all, no one is going to do heroin just because it's legal. Like, if a guy is a hardworking member, contributing member of society, taking care of his kids every damn day, his daughters, both his two daughters, and his family, and he's taking care of them, and he's not going to switch to heroin if it became legal. Doesn't make any sense. You know who is going to be buying legal heroin? Heroin addicts. And people who do heroin. And guess what? The prices aren't going to be fucking like jacked, skyrocketed up. Meth heads are going to be able to go to the hospitals when they're ODing and not be scared of getting arrested. So that makes it safer. Also, you get a ton of money. I would have the richest kingdom. I would have the richest empire, literally. Think of all the tax revenue. That was like a huge thing in the ancient times. I listened to a lot of podcasts about ancient times, and so now would welcome to hand out this secondhand knowledge to you on my podcast. Is the ancients? No, this is like inference, bitches. I'm taking all that shit back. This is original shit, right from the source. My interpretation of facts that I've learned in the past, which can only be anybody's opinion on something, and have it be true and original. Okay. In the ancient times, there was a huge problem collecting taxes. Empires were very hard to stabilize because they struggled in collecting taxes. And this is quite unfortunate. But in today's modern society, see, this is what they would do in the ancient times. They would do some weird-ass stuff. These tax collectors would bid to the government, and the lowest bidder would pay... the highest bidder. The highest bidder would pay the government that amount of money, and then the tax collector would go out and collect taxes from all the citizens of the empire. And he would go around and collect the money, and just however he had to. He wasn't a government employee. He was just an outside freaking weirdo contractor who got to do whatever he wants to get money out of you, because he has to squeeze as much money out of the public as possible to make a profit on his bid for having this job. So that is super inefficient. And there wasn't enough stuff like... There was prostitution. That's another thing if I was emperor. Legalize prostitution in an instant. Are you kidding me? Do you know how much revenue that would drive in? Like, okay, it's kind of... What I'm about to describe kind of sounds like slavery. It sounds like systematic internet bidding of people against their will. But it's not. This is an idea I've had, and it is 100% consensual, adult to adult. So much pure business transaction. 100%. Nobody is in this. Nobody's being forced into anything. 100% above water company. Beautiful standards. STD tests all the time. And so it's not a slave operation. A trafficking situation. If prostitution were legal, I would create a Amazon for women. You know what? Women and men. Fuck it. Both of them. And you can just buy a person to just do whatever with. Right? If prostitution's legal. Okay. Can I start a business where I hand out people to just go hang out with someone? Like if I just said, oh, you're going to pay me and I'm going to send my friend to hang out with you for a little while. And you guys can do whatever you want to do. But he's going to do it with you enthusiastically and fun, and you're going to have a great time. And somebody paid me for that. Is that legal? I think it should be legal. It definitely should be legal. And so what's the difference between that and prostitution? Like, yeah, I'm going to hire this girl. You're going to pay me, or you're going to pay her. I don't know. If it's like a business, then obviously upper management is going to be taking a cut. And then we're going to send her down. You're going to have sex with her, and then you can do whatever you want to her. And then... but within reason, don't be killing her. Don't be doing shit that she's, trying to run out the door of. But she's an adventurous young woman, and she's going to be up to whatever you got going on for you. And so, that's going to be totally... Yeah, so that would be the business, right? And so if that should be legal too, so I put them together on the internet. And it's an Amazon, and if I'm a guy and I want to go on the internet and hire a prostitute, or I have oh my god, my sister's wedding is coming up, I don't have a date, my whole family is going to be embarrassed about me, I don't want to be alone the whole night, I'm going to go on Sandy's escort service website, or friend for a night, or whatever the fuck I'm going to call it. And I'm gonna hire me a nice girl, and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna get drunk, we're gonna party. She's gonna meet all my relatives enthusiastically because she's a great, great person, an interesting person. You know, people are gonna want to talk to her. She's friendly, she's likable. That's the kind of girl I want to get today. And then, you know what? Maybe at the end of the night, we're both a little drunk. Get my money's worth. How about that? And she enjoys it as well, I will say. I'm going to go find that girl. And I go and on my weirdo website and I search it up and I click it and I click, oh, and I find this girl. Perfect. Add her to cart. And then she arrives. We go out. We have a great night. I pay the whatever, however much money it is. You know, Sandy's skimming a little off the top for himself because he thought of the idea. He's the CEO. He runs a company, and then this girl gets the most out of it. And it's like an app. It's like an Uber app, and you can rate her. Oh, what was it? 5 stars? Yeah, it was a 5-star night. My grandparents really liked her at the wedding. 5 stars. She's perfect. She's a great girl. Take her out if you can. You know, a little good for the money. That's what it would be. And this woman is fine with it in the ideal situation, right? She likes it. She just had a great night. She went to a wedding. She basically crashed a wedding with some guy and then met his family. You know, that's fun. Why not? You get paid? Screw it. I'll do it. Yeah, have it the opposite way. That's what I was saying before. You have, let's say if I was a girl and I'm going to my friend's like birthday party or something, and she's always been trying to set you up with guys, and you just want to find a cute guy for the night and shut up her about it, and he'll keep you company and, you know, hold your purse or whatever and watch you dance, and you just want a nice guy to go home with at the end of the night, you know, maybe keep you warm in bed or whatever, cuddle. He'll do that. It's fine. You know, he doesn't care. You can do whatever you want, you know. And you go on there, you get Charles, and Charles goes out there and has a great night, meeting all her friends. He goes out to the bar, and he gets a healthy paycheck. And the woman has a wonderful night. If I was a lady, and I had a wonderful night with this man. He was quite enjoyable. Please rate him 5 stars. Bring him to me next time. I'll have him on a weekly basis. I'll pay, and it's just an app. You know, that would generate so much money. That would generate so much money. That would stimulate the economy. Legalize it. That's what I would do if I was emperor. Legalize prostitution. And legalize. Those are my messages. Legalize it. Have a nice day. I will see you again on the morrow. Bye.